From history to the here and now in a far more somber story, Gregory Hicks, the former deputy chief of mission in Libya for the United States, says that Hillary Clinton cannot be trusted with our nation's security. Listen to this.
The truth is that she and her delegated authorities took our security away, and as the report by the majority of the Benghazi committee indicated, there were no military forces standing by to come and rescue us if something happened.
Hicks was the last person to speak to American Ambassador Chris Stevens before Chris was murdered by terrorists in Benghazi. Joining us now, the former fiancée of that murdered ambassador, Lydie Denier, who is the author of a new book, A Voice for Ambassador J. Christopher Stevens. Lydie, we very much appreciate your time tonight on Newsmax Prime. Let's get right to it. Do you agree that Hillary Clinton cannot be trusted with American national security?
I agree, yes, with what Gregory Hicks says. You know, if we cannot trust her with 4 Americans, how can we trust her for the whole country? It makes sense. And in my book, you know, I do talk about that and about what happened. And when your ambassador sends you over 600 requests within a month, you have to listen to him. Chris was, you know, was extremely knowledgeable about Libya and what was going on, and he should have been listened to.
For so many of us, the name Chris Stevens appeared in the headlines, but you knew him quite well. Describe for us the Chris Stevens who you knew.
The Chris Stevens I know, we were engaged to be married. And the Chris Stevens I knew, he was fun, loving, caring, always putting others in front of everything instead of himself. I had fantastic memories. Friends had fantastic memories about him. And there's no more. He's gone. He doesn't have a voice. And so I decided to be his voice, one of his voice, because Gregory Hicks also has been a fantastic voice for Chris.
And so you write the book, A Voice for Ambassador J. Christopher Stevens. If there is one basic message you wish to convey to readers of your book, Lydie, what would that message be?
That what happened to Chris will never happen again. It cannot happen again. This was a big mistake, and that mistake should never, never happen again.
Can I ask you this? When Chris heard of his posting to Libya, was he excited? Did he have misgivings about it? What was his mindset going over to take that assignment?
Well, first he was excited to become an ambassador because Chris always wanted to become an ambassador. So it was a dream that finally came true. And Libya, he really, really loved Libya, the country, its people, its culture. Chris had been in Libya twice before, but since his last tour in 2011, he didn't realize that a lot of things change and very quickly. And even in Tripoli, when they first arrived there, within a few weeks, some thugs actually were throwing stones at Chris. So Chris was not allowed to run outside the compound. He had to stay inside. And Chris also thought that going to Benghazi on those dates for September 11th was a mistake. He was going to go there either October or November, but definitely not for September. But he was asked to. And when your boss asks you, please, I need an American presence on those dates, then you have to listen.
And so with that in mind, to me, you're saying that Hillary Clinton is directly culpable for the death of Ambassador Stevens.
Well, she was at the top at the time. She was the Secretary of State. What I always wondered is suddenly she decided to quit her job as Secretary of State earlier than people were expecting. So I always thought, did someone told her, listen, you made a big boo-boo and you have to get out? And that subject has never, been brought to the public.
But you are bringing it to the public in a poignant and a pointed way. Lydie Denier, author of the new book, A Voice for Ambassador J. Christopher Stevens. Lydie, thank you so much for your memories and for your perspective. Now, for this programming reminder, we'll ask you to join us Monday night for our coverage of the first debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. We will have reaction from many of your favorite Newsmax TV guests starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, a kind of pre-debate special Monday night right here on Newsmax TV. As for us, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on America Talks Live, Hour 2, our guests include Joe Conason, the noted author, James Davidson, and our Newsmax TV colleague, one of the great talk show hosts, Howie Carr. Tomorrow night at 8 on Newsmax Prime, Tom DeLay, Congressman Brian Babin, and David McIntosh. We'll be looking for you then. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.